Okay, good morning. Kind of different for us. Welcome to our first episode in 2025. So excited to welcome you in. You'll see some familiar faces and we have some new faces we're very excited to introduce you to. But thank you for joining us. And if you're listening to us live, please hit that like button or give us a comment. If you're looking later, we look for the same thing and appreciate you sharing. Christy, I'm actually going to let you get started first.
Good morning. That's kind of crazy for us. Usually we're into the day, so we're bright and early this morning, or especially here in Central Time. So welcome everybody to Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears topics and tidbits for 2025. Like that's insane just to say out loud, even though it's already the ninth month. So we're kicking the year off with a reboot to our topics and tidbits chats. And we've added a couple of new faces. As Catherine says, we're going to be introducing you to. So we thought we'd kind of reintroduce all of ourselves. So, Catherine, you want to kick us off?
I can. Yeah. Hi, I'm Catherine Ritchie, and I love Christy, the OG, might be my only OG role in my life of the Wizarding Ones and Mickey Ears. And so we are proud travel planners with Mickey Travels and Let's Adventure Travel. That's how we all connected. We love what we do. And these lives are an opportunity for us to talk about what's new in all of the parks, connect with you, and just share lots of great information. So I've been a travel planner for 13 years, and we put all of our bios out on our pages. So if you're not following us on Facebook and Instagram, you can read more about us. But excited to be here. Love chatting with these ladies. And Jennifer, I'll let you introduce yourself.
All right. So I'm still sharing.
Okay. All right.
Christy, you're go on. Yeah. So I'm Christy Bettenhausen. I have been with Mickey Travels and Let's Adventure Travel for almost 4 years. Time flies when you're having fun. Mama of four, wife to one, only one, because one is enough. And Mimi to one adorable grandbaby who will be 3 soon. Just all insane to say it out loud.
Awesome. Well,
I'm
Brad,
ready
why don't
now.
you go
Sorry.
ahead? Do you want to do that?
Okay.
Give me a second.
Bren, go ahead.
You want me to go? All right.
Yeah.
I'm Bren Ladd. I've been with Mickey Travels and Let's Adventure Travels almost 3 years now. I grew up in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, but now I'm in Orlando local. So I try to go to the parks 2 to 3 times a week, maybe. Spend a lot of time in the hotels. Anything that's new that pops up, I try to go visit, just check it out, see what it's all about. I have 3 girls. Two are in college, one's still at home. All of them are Disney and Universal buffs, so it's very easy to take them all along with me. But yeah, I'm happy to be here in the new crew.
Awesome.
Megan, I'll round out the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Megan. I have been with Mickey Travels and Let's Adventure Travel for coming up on 3 years in March. And I'm so excited to be taking on this new adventure with these awesome girls. I am located in Bennington, which is just right outside of Omaha, Nebraska. I have a husband and 3 boys, ranging from a high schooler to one that's about to go to middle school. And then I have a first grader, and they all are big Disney fans, just like their mom. And we're just excited. We're going to finally get back to Universal here in April. And so we're really super excited about that. And yeah, I'm just so excited to be here.
Thanks.
And I'm Jennifer McCormick. I've been around for a while. Been around with Mickey Travels and Let's Adventure Travel for almost 8 years. I think March will be my 8-year anniversary. It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. I've got 2 teenagers, 2 young women who are really, complete adults. They do their own thing these days. So we travel as much as possible as a family. I travel a lot, just with my husband. We're starting to do lots of Disney cruises, as Disney adults. So, I'm totally the Disney adult. Travel with, friends, with these ladies sometimes. So it's a ton of fun. We're so excited to be back. Our plan this year is to try to go live, try to bring you the news and some chat every other week. So the goal is not the same time every week, not the same day every week. So we're popping in when works with our schedules. And then, of course, all of these videos will be on YouTube for the duration. So you can always come on into YouTube, check us out, even if you're not able to join us live. All right.
Great.
Well, there have been so many updates. It's been a while
So
since
many.
we've been around. And there are a ton of updates, lots of big discounts. So I think we thought we would start the year with discounts because this is one of the times of the year where every destination, wants you to come and plan your trip for the year. And so there's quite a bit to save you money.
Yeah, so I was thinking, let's kick off by the big Walt Disney news. The big exciting one is free dining. Free dining is back. So that's always a big draw. The dining plan is so many people love the dining plan for its convenience and its flexibility. And, you really can get a lot of value out of it if you use it correctly. So with this new promotion, you're going to get, if you're staying at a deluxe resort or a deluxe villa, you're going to get the free full service Disney dining plan, which that's going to include that one table service meal, one quick service meal, a snack, and a reusable mug for the resorts. And then if you're staying at a moderate or a value, you're going to get the free quick service meal, which is dining plan, which is going to be 2 quick service meals, a snack, and then that refillable mug. And with that, you also have the ability to upgrade that to the full Disney dining plan. And so those dates are ranging from May 27th to June 26th, and then again picking up July 7th to August 6th. So somewhat little windows of time, but it is such a great value that it's a promo that that lots of people want to jump on. So and then also they released at that same time a few days ago, they released a room promo that's a little bit more covers a little bit more dates. So that one's ranging from May 1st to the end of September. So now we've got promos going all the way from now that stretch from check-in from now all the way to the end of September. So now's the time to be planning a trip because there are so many great promos for Walt Disney World. So
and I think the important thing to think about with, Disney World room discounts, free dining, this is the same for Disneyland, is that it's not for everyone who books every room. So there's just limited availability with that. So the sooner you can book, the better. I always tell folks when they come, they're like, well, we're not sure if we can travel. Like, you're better off just booking now. Book. If you absolutely have to cancel, your $200 deposit is refundable. But if you don't book now, that discount probably isn't going to be there later.
Right.
So
true.
yeah.
I mean, it's been out for a week today. I think it's a week today. And already some of the resort room types that were available aren't available anymore because people have already snatched that up. So there's still, definitely availability. So I'm not saying there's nothing out there with the free dining, but definitely don't sleep on it.
Well, and I mean, when I think about the cost of the free dining or the value, so, my kids are teenagers. So if there are 2 adults and 2 kids, 10 or older, and you're in a deluxe, then you're saving $400 a night, almost, not quite, but almost $400 a night, and you get your food, and that's amazing. I keep looking at it thinking, how do I make that happen this summer?
Well, yeah, if you can be flexible, I would definitely do that because trying to budget can be difficult because you never know what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat it, and you try to budget between your room and your tickets and your, magical extras, but like the food is always like the big question,
right,
of like how much it's going to be in there. So if you're interested, I mean, definitely try to do around those dates, and the earlier the better, because some of them are already gone.
Yeah. And if you're a Disney World regular and you think, I'm not sure if I want to use the dining plan, it's the best way to test it out when it's free, see if it works for you.
Yeah.
So,
well, and one other neat thing that we haven't touched on yet with it is with the dining plan if you are 21 or older, certain alcoholic beverages are included.
Good point. Good
And
point.
that is a huge savings right there. I mean, at any, not just Disney World or, Disneyland, like any vacation destination, like alcohol, I mean, alcohol's expensive, period, let alone like at a vacation destination. So that can be a huge savings right there just with, a drink with dinner or a drink with lunch or a drink with dinner
I
and
think we didn't think
lunch.
about it because it's 9 a.m. Usually that's like our late comment
Right? It's
because we're
probably
in the
like our
evening.
go-to normally, but you're right.
Or because we're
Like in the
holding
morning.
something too. Yeah.
The first thing in the morning, the other perk is like for a snack, you could get a large size Starbucks drink since I happen to
Yeah.
have one here. And, so it's any size. So you don't even have to just get yourself a grande. You can get yourself a Trente.
And I think too, kind of going back, if you have used it before, you used it years ago. I mean, I think it's only gotten better too. And I know some clients who maybe used it in the past are like, I don't know if we really, it just didn't feel like maybe it had as much flexibility. I mean, I think it did. It's how you get to use it. That's the advantage of using all of us too, as free travel planners kind of guiding you through that process. But there are some great ways you can kind of work that plan to the max, especially if you have teenagers or maybe some picky kids or whatever, a picky husband, whatever it might be, you can really make that work. So, and as we talk about everything, you can reach out to any of us, but we also have our site where you can, submit for a free quote. Even if you're just exploring and want to try to get some information, we're happy to help. It can be overwhelming too.
Absolutely. And I will say that room discount is really good. So if you are a regular or you're thinking about maybe a early fall trip, like right before the kids go back to school, or maybe right after the kids go back to school, if you're thinking about going without them, that is a great discount, especially for as Mickey's Not So Scary time starting, we will assume around the same time, which is early August through Halloween. Like, I'm ready for it. I mean, if I'm gonna be cold like I am today, I might as well at least think about like fun cold weather things. I don't know. It's hard for me to say cold weather. I might be an Illinois girl, but it's been almost a decade I've been in Texas, and
Yeah.
Except for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party on August 9th last year was not cold.
nothing.
So plan your
September.
outfits appropriately, your costume.
Yes,
That's true
September
too.
15th wasn't chilly either.
right. It was
True.
not. Actually,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know that I've been to a Mickey's Not So Scary of all the ones that I've been to that it has been anywhere near deemed cold or even like fallish weather.
No, even the first Christmas party, I was kind of sweating in my Christmas gear in November. So, all
Just the
right,
way
we're
I
gonna
like
move
it.
on to cruises.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Disney, I think one of the big discounts, Disney Cruise Line almost never offers discounts. It's really rare to see them. If they do, they are very last minute and almost entirely only for military or Florida resident discounts. So if you are not one of those, then it's really rare to see a Disney Cruise Line discount anywhere. Early this year, Disney announced that they have a 50% off kids Disney cruise promo. Now, this is not every cruise, and it's not during the most popular dates. So if you're cruising during, spring break, it's probably not going to be included. It's mostly just dates on the Wish and the Dream, but from now until June 13th. So if your kids get out of school early and you're looking for a late cruise, there are a ton of blackout dates, but there are June dates that are included in this promo. And it's not off all kids, and it's a Disney Plus subscriber discount only. So you have to have a Disney Plus account. The person in the stateroom has to be the owner of the Disney Plus account. And it's just for guests 3 and 4 in the stateroom. So if you've got one adult and one kid, it's, the first 2 people don't count. It's just 3 and 4. But if you've got a family of 4, you're getting 50% off guests 3 and 4 in the room, kids up to age 17. So I've seen folks save quite a bit of money. This is in a rare, very, very rare circumstance where we were able to call in and retroactively apply this discount for folks who are already booked. Full disclosure, in everyone that I do have booked, and I have several people sailing this spring, only one person was sailing a date that counted. Everyone else is in spring break or winter break or, one of those major dates. But yeah, if you can sail, especially, there seems to be a lot in on the Wish in early April, quite a bit in May, early June. Money, it's a good amount of money to save 50% off those kids. So, and I'm on a Disney cruise right now. No, I wish I was. Disney
Two more
cruising,
days.
if you haven't tried it, I mean, it's fantastic. So I think I've talked to some people who say, I feel like we're going to be stir crazy. I don't know that we're going to have enough to do on a cruise. I can promise you, you're going to have enough to do. The nice thing, I mean, the thing we love about the parks is that we can go all day and be busy. We can hang out in our room. We can take breaks. On a Disney cruise, it's even easier because your room is right there. It's easy to access. You can go back, take a quick nap, after you ate way too much for lunch. Almost everything is included. So all of your food is included, entertainment, Broadway style shows, main dining. The main dining on Disney cruises is fantastic. Your servers follow you around. They know exactly what your family likes and they are prepared for you when you get there. And so we have fallen in love with Disney cruising. We'll be on the Treasure in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I'm actually leaving for Disney World. I'll go to the International Festival of the Arts at Epcot. The whole point of me going there early is so I could go to IFARTS. International Festival of the Arts.
Yeah.
And then had top on that gorgeous new Disney Treasure. I can't wait to see it. So the Disney Treasure is not included in the promo. So again, it's just the Wish and the Dream. Early on, there were some Disney Wonder sailings out of Alaska that counted as well. But moving forward, it's just the Wish and the Dream that have the 50% off discount.
It is crazy that the Wish is on there. I mean,
No.
she's not old. Like, has she even have we hit 2 years? I think 2 years. We're just over 2 years, right?
But 2022, summer
Yeah.
2022. So this summer will be 3.
And she is the sister ship to the brand new, beautiful Disney Treasure that Jennifer is sitting in. And I'm anxious for her to go because I leave and I think we are at 59 days. So we're like under the 60-day mark. So I feel like that's like a huge jump, let alone I finally got flights and everything booked. So like, hooray for that. Super excited to hear what Jennifer thinks and everything. And of
I'm
course,
gonna love it. I'm gonna love it.
oh my gosh. So ready. So ready.
But yeah, you mentioned the Wish. I think something about the Wish, though, is that it sails 3 and 4 nights.
Right.
And so folks who really love to cruise always feel like, oh, that's not quite enough time. But again, if you're looking to get your feet wet, if you're not sure you're going to like a cruise, that's an amazing first cruise. I mean, 3 to me is never long enough. But if that's all you can fit, it's Friday to Monday. So you hop on Friday, you get off on Monday. You're not taking a lot of time off of work or school, so you can usually fit it in a normal everyday work schedule, just to see if you might like a cruise, and then that you can do something longer later. So
Well, it's funny when you said how people feel like they're going to be stir crazy, and it's usually people that haven't been on cruises before.
Right.
But the time goes by so fast. And then even when you're there for like a week, you still haven't done everything that there is to do. So you might think you're going to go stir crazy, but you're not. It's going to go by faster than you think.
Well,
Like,
and
especially
on
a 3-day.
cruise. Yeah, especially on a shorter cruise, when you have 3 Broadway style shows, you've got a show every night
Right.
that you don't want to miss. That's a big deal, and then you've got your main dining. You don't want to miss that either. That's your whole evening. That's like, 6 to maybe 10 o'clock at night where you're busy already. And then you can find me watching Funnel Vision at night. Like, there's something about the empty deck watching. They always have a Disney movie on Funnel Vision. Like, I fall asleep thinking about the fact that I get to sit on the deck at night in the dark without a lot of people and just watch a huge movie on a screen. I used to like drive-ins when they existed, I think.
Mm.
I love Funnel Vision.
Might be dating yourself, Jennifer.
Yeah.
We have a drive-in.
Yeah, we still have one.
They still-
Yeah.
they don't, I mean, they're going away. They're expensive, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Property is worth more than what they can make, but I love to drive it. So funnel vision is my jam.
I mean, I'm a huge veranda girl. Like, I love to sit there in the morning and I love to sit there at night and also maybe during the day. So, like, I love to just watch the, like, on sea days, especially. I actually really like to stay on. People are always like, port or starboard. And, like, some people have very strong opinions on, which side, which is totally fine. I am a port side girl because when you're in port, I like to people watch. Like, it's part
Okay.
of one of the great things about being in the theme parks too is people watching. So I enjoyed on the port side too. For all those people who are like, I must stay starboard.
Yeah.
But I think also like, so it took me 20 years to get my husband to go on a cruise. Because he was the same way. He thought like, I'm gonna be bored. What, I'm stuck there, kind of thing. And then I kind of forced him on a 7-night Eastern Caribbean on the Fantasy, which the Treasure has now taken over the Fantasy's Eastern Caribbean one week and Western Caribbean the next week. And needless to say, he loved it. He wanted to know when we were going back. So we went back last year, but on the Magic, and we leave for that exact same itinerary. Like, we liked it that well, like I said, in 50, whatever it is, 59 days. So absolutely won't be bored.
No, I know. There's so much to do. And you could even win money at bingo. So gotta
No,
play
so that
bingo.
is one thing we have never done is bingo. Maybe this time's the time. I am determined to win trivia one of these times.
I
Like,
can't. There are some savants. There are some people at
Seriously.
trivia where, if it's a sailing where not a whole lot of people are showing up to trivia because there's so much else going on, then maybe I have, a prayer, but otherwise, I don't know how people, I mean, yeah, I don't know how people know all of these answers. It's some of these questions are niche questions.
some of them really are. And when my daughters and I were on board, just the three of us, we went to trivia often. They are huge Disney trivia buffs, being cast members. You would think that maybe they have like a little bit more, park knowledge, but we did the park one, and it was in for three people who are in Walt Disney World, especially, but also Disneyland a lot. It was really hard. Like, I was like, wow. So those were not the ones that we did incredibly well. In fact, most people in the room were not doing incredibly well, but 2 times we got to, like, tied with the top number of correct answers. And then they would pull out something totally random, like, pick a number between like 1 and 3,000 or something like that. And I was like,
That's not even
So
fair.
anyway, so we've lost twice, even though we got like, so I'm determined to win those medals. Like, I
Goals.
need more medals in my life, and I'm done running. So moved on to trivia and medals.
Very cool.
So speaking of Disneyland, they also have some great room discounts out through September. They are up to 30% off. And I've seen some huge savings. I have a family that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head. They're 3 rooms going for their 50th anniversary celebration, and it saved them over $2,000 on those 3 rooms. So, like, just huge, huge savings. But they are at the Disneyland Hotel, the villas at the Disneyland Hotel, the Grand Californian, and Pixar Place Hotel, although you will see less Pixar Place than you will because it is brand new, and it is the um, hot new place to stay because it is so adorable. Like, if Pixar is your kids thing or your thing, like, it is, the theming is just
It's
over the
super
top
cute.
fabulous.
Super cute. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can meet Bing Bong. Like, it's so
Yes.
fun.
Yes.
Or just the
And
fact that the Luxo lamp and the Pixar ball is like right there in the lobby. So, like, even if you're not staying there, I highly suggest like going over and checking out the theming. It was just so adorable. And as you walk around, there's different characters in the tiling in the floor. So it's almost like a search and find game. So cute, so cute. So definitely a lot of great discounts there. And I'm going to skip ahead just slightly as we're talking about it because Disneyland is getting ready to celebrate their 70th anniversary. Like that's crazy to think. I'm super excited to get out there for the 70th anniversary celebration, which starts on May 16th, right? I think, and runs through 2026, but they haven't given an end date in 2026.
Yeah, and I wanted to pop back to those discounts too, because I just was able to book a couple at the Pixar Place, actually hotel, and the regular rooms weren't discounted, but they still had a premium club level or club level access room. And we stayed club level access over Labor Day weekend. And it was so fantastic. And so, I mean, she was just jazzed because she really wanted to stay there at Pixar. It was a really affordable room with the discounts that were out. But I've become a club level girl if I can afford it, which is not a lot, not often, but it was so nice there because you could pop down, you could grab a cup of coffee, grab a bite to eat for breakfast, go to the parks, easily pop back. Disneyland is so small that it's so easy to go back to your room and take advantage of that. I understand at Disney World, if folks are, in the parks all day, every day, and it's going to take them a little bit longer to get to their rooms, it might not be as much of a value if they're not planning any resort time. But even if you're not really planning resort time at Disneyland, you can go back in 20 30 minutes, take a quick break, grab a bite to eat, head back out. There's me, I would go back and work in that space when my family was in the parks, but it was so nice to have a space that wasn't my room to work in, to get some things done. I know a lot of us work during vacation. It's not unusual because it's so hard to get family time together for a lot of families where everyone's completely available. So it's a wonderful use of those club level spaces too. And then you've got someone asking if you'd like a glass of wine or, a cocktail in the evening. It's, the cordials with the desserts. And so it's just a really nice thing to consider. But again, with those discounts, man, it was a great, great deal. So she could have stayed at the Grand Californian, or, cost her the same amount of money to stay club level access at Pixar. So the discounts are fantastic.
Well, and then the people taking advantage of the $50 tickets for the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's really
I totally forgot about that. So those the kids tickets are $50 or as low as $50 a day, but most of them are that I've priced out until March 20th. So that's through, some spring breaks are before that.
Yeah, they're February. We've got 2 February that I know of, and then like a couple of weeks in March. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Same
Disneyland.
here. It's the first 2 weeks in March. So that's a great spring break savings that you don't normally see savings over spring breaks.
Right.
Yeah. And I do want to mention our hearts go out to everyone in California right now who are battling the fires. That is, it's just so rough in that area. So I know we're talking a lot about Disneyland and having fun, and that's what we do, but we're thinking of you if you are in that area or have loved ones who are in California with all of the crazy fires and the high winds. So be safe. All right.
So I'm going to kind of switch and chat about Universal a bit too. So we all love Disney. We might be slightly biased, but we all love Universal as well. And one of the reasons we love Universal are their ticket offers. So you will not see offers like this at Disney. And we always say that. That's why it is so amazing. So they have a lot of promotions going on, but the one I wanted to talk about is the get 2 days free. So let's just start with that you get 2 days free with a 2-park 2-day ticket. So this is really common for Universal to do, but you never know when it's going to happen or how long. So that gives you an opportunity, especially over 7 days, to enjoy 4 park days, how you want to use them. So it can be that base ticket that we really, really say you really want to do that park to park to enjoy all the great things about it, being able to go back and forth. If you haven't been to Universal, we've talked about it a lot. It's a totally different footprint than Disney World or Disneyland. You can get to things really easily, but you don't want to miss out on really the cool features of going park to park. So the fact that those options are available, And then we always say you want to upgrade to Volcano Bay. Jennifer's probably the biggest PSA on that as well. But
You
that
read
is,
my mind.
yeah, I know. I was like, if you've been with us a while, you know on your bingo card that Jennifer will always have a trip first coming up. She usually is ready to book one by the end because we've talked about all our offers, and then Volcano Bay. So there's that too. So the great thing with that, we can help you kind of guide you on what that makes sense. But I think what I love about it too is it gives you, I think, mentally in your head thinking, okay, we have those 2 extra days. Maybe we're just going to go into the parks for part of the time, or the little ones want to swim and the teenagers want to go in. It just gives you so much more flexibility than you may think about normally. And there is a lot to see at Universal. There's so many more really intense rides if you like those. Jennifer also. Bren and Megan, do you guys love roller coasters?
Love roller coasters.
Yeah.
You do. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So that Christy and I are another reason we are glad you're with us. Christy and I will be holding your bag on the side.
Heather and I are
it's
all
great.
have beverages while you guys
I
ride
mean,
those.
that goes without saying, I think, with this group. Yes, we'll just hold down the fort. So, you can, there's just so much there. Megan's obviously going in April, so we're excited about that. So you get to see some, we always love showing you the current coverage as well. We've also been there for Mardi Gras. And so Mardi Gras kicks off again at Universal. So you can throw beads from a parade float. Didn't know it was on my bucket list till we were experiencing it and was like,
So
oh
fun.
yes, this is amazing. So
So
some
fun.
really cool experiences like that if you're interested too.
Yeah, and we should mention like the elephant in the room. So the buy 2 days, get 2 days free ticket, that does not include the new Epic Universe. So these tickets are for early 2025, and then Epic Universe, the new park that's opening at Universal Studios, it opens on May 22nd. That's a completely different animal. So, we'll look at that later, but all the discounts right now that are out, with the exception of some of the room discounts. So for Universal, they will put out, they're kind of hard to find, I feel like, but the room discounts are open for, I think, almost for the rest of the year in some cases, and they just populate until they're gone. And then all of a sudden, like a standard room is going to cost $400 more per night than a higher level room. And you're like, what happened there? Oh, the standard level room discount isn't there anymore. But you can get a lagoon view or a water view or something like that for a lot less. Another reason, with Universal, you want to book out as far as you possibly can because of the fact that those room discounts, when they're gone, they're gone. The tough thing about Universal, though, if you want to make modifications, everything reprices at the new level, at least as far as date modifications go. And so you pretty much want to be really set on your dates when you're booking your Universal trip, because that can really impact if you need to make changes to those dates. And unfortunately, I see that a lot with folks who want to come in a day later. If they're repricing, a lot of times they're repricing at the current rate, which is, if they booked 6-7 months ago, not nearly as good as what that was. Do you want to mention another discount at Universal that I forget about? I don't know why, because it's a dining card discount, and you can save up to $1,000. You get up to a free $1,000 dining card. This promotion is only good until April 10th. So again, this one ends early. It ends before a lot of the spring breaks or Easter weeks. Easter is late April this year. But if you've got a spring break before that, it's worth looking into. It's select hotels that, you're packaging with your room and ticket package, but, something that we can definitely help you book if you're looking for that free dining card.
Yeah.
So,
and Bren obviously lives right in the area, so we're pretty jealous that she gets to go all the time. So yeah, a universal tip you'd share, Bren?
I definitely feel like the convenience of staying at like the Hard Rock, like I always stay at the Hard Rock. I just love that. And, getting your passes with staying at those, high-end resorts, makes life so much easier. And I will say that's like the one easy pass, like a fast pass over at Universal as opposed to Disney, where you can just go when you want, walk on when you want, reuse it when you want. It's just, I like staying at the higher level to make sure that you get those passes so that you're not struggling with lines or anything.
yeah, and
Well, the
that's
great
Hard
thing
Rock,
about-
Royal Pacific, or Portofino Bay, which is almost done with their construction.
Mhm.
That's been going on a little bit too long for my liking. But having, yeah, that unlimited express is golden at those. Well, then the Hard Rock is what, a 5-minute walk, not even
Yes.
from City Walk. So that's the winner there. You roll out of bed,
Yep.
put your hair in a ponytail, 5 minutes, you're at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
So
Well, and the great thing about like if you know that you want one of the express passes, when you combine the normal price of express pass with some of the non-premier resorts where with Brendan was saying with premier it comes free. The pricing is always really or usually very close, so I for sure am like, oh, I'll take the upgrade and get it included.
Yes.
That's a whole lot better. And they're, I love Hard Rock too. Like I just like to go over there for the ambiance if not staying there.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm a Portofino girl. Like if I'm going to be and stay at the resort, I love the feel of Portofino Bay.
That's
And
beautiful.
then Royal Pacific is so close and usually prices out the lowest. And so I'll stay there too. I mean, we've gotten a ghost room there before. So it's possible just to book a room and ticket package with the 1 night, 2-day tickets. You get early entry both days. You get unlimited express both days. For a family of 4, I mean, you at least get 1 day of express for free, if not more, if you were to have just paid for it. So, and then it's nice to have the room to go back to when you get drenched on the water rides, which I've been there. And you go back, you wring out your clothes, you dry off your hair.
I mean, I have to say too, the convenience of being able to text your resort for, say, dining or for whatever, and they get back to you immediately, you can't beat it. So like one of the last times I stayed, we had left, I had no dining reservations. We were walking through City Walk and I was like, oh, maybe we'll go to Margaritaville tonight. So I text the resort, and within like 2 seconds, they're like, sure, how's 6 o'clock? Done. It's all done. And that's it. And you don't have to think about anything else. It's so convenient.
Yeah,
The
it's
great
amazing.
service. I know. You don't even think that could be possible.
I know.
Like a lot of places you have to be staying club level, talk to the concierge, see if they can help you. At Universal, it is every single person at every single hotel that can text for
Yep.
assistance. So it's so cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So speaking of Epic Universe, it is coming like 4 months
Yep.
from now. I feel like it's been coming for a while. I mean, not as long as Tron, coming, but
I feel like we talked about some of these things for years. We're like, they're coming. They're
Yeah.
coming.
But so May 22nd is when Epic Universe opens, which will be Universal's third theme park. Of course, right now they have Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, and their water park, Volcano Bay, which, as we said, Jennifer is a huge lover. It is pretty fantastic.
That action
I will
river
give her
man.
that. But this one is looking epic. It's the best I could do at 8:38. With another Harry Potter area coming. So now there will be one still in each of the theme parks. So this one is Ministry of
Mystery
Ministry
Magic.
of, yeah, okay. I started to say it, then I was like, wait, is that right?
It looks fantastic because that's from the oh, now my brain is blanking because it's early. The other movies that I really like.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, yep. The Fantastic Beasts movies, which are so good. They're so fascinating.
Yeah, they are.
I think so. I wasn't a Harry Potter girl to begin with. My kids were, so they kind of got me in it. And I mean, the Harry Potter world is the best. I'm just going to say it. Harry Potter world is the best thing about Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. And then the Velocicoaster is up there too. But otherwise,
Yes.
I'm not into the rest of the lands. The Fantastic Beasts movies, I really liked those. So I'm so interested to see the Ministry of Magic.
I am excited about Epic because it seems like there will be more for little ones to do, which I think is a little lacking in the other two parts.
Oh, yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm excited for that. The How You Train Your Dragon area, it just looks adorable.
Right.
I think Twosome's adorable. So
I know a lot of people who are excited about the classic monsters too, and I'm like,
That looks
that's
fun.
fine. I know that's of my generation, but not my thing. So, but that looks so interesting too. So I think
Well,
it'd be a big
and
deal.
then Super Mario World. I
Oh,
mean, like,
right.
Oh
yeah,
gosh, yes.
like everybody's been chomping at the bit ever since it came to
Hollywood.
Universal Hollywood, that they're like, when's it coming to Orlando? And like, it's finally almost here. And I've seen some crazy things about the rides that are coming, and um this roller coaster, this Donkey Kong roller coaster, like it's just wild. It's just wild. So
So I am excited about that Donkey Kong coming because it kind of like the description of it sounds like similar to what Fire and Ice used to be at Universal
oh,
a
fire
while
and ice.
ago.
Oh
That
my
was because it
gosh.
was in like the Harry Potter area,
Uh-huh.
like right before Harry Potter. Oh well, anyway, that was a hot minute ago. So this sounds similar. So excited for that.
Well, and the Super Mario World. So in Hollywood, they call it Super Mario World because it's just Mario.
Yep.
In Orlando, it's Super Nintendo World because it
Super
branches out a
Nintendo World.
little
Yep.
bit. But I mean, again, as a child of the 80s, when I walked into Super Mario World in Hollywood, Universal Hollywood, it was like walking into, Mario 3, I would say 2 or 3. The graphics were definitely better than, 1 and the old school Nintendo's, but I couldn't believe it. It was so exciting to like walk into the ride or into the game that I played for decades of my life. So I'm really excited to see what Universal will do um, in Orlando, and it'll be huge. I'm sure it'll be huge. And Universal knows this too because they've got a very special ticket structure.
Mhm.
When Epic Universe opens, the way that it works if you're looking to purchase a ticket is you cannot buy just a 1-day ticket to Epic Universe unless you are already an annual pass holder to Universal. If you are an annual pass holder to Universal, that doesn't include Epic Universe. You still have to buy, extra tickets to go to Epic Universe. Anyone else, the minimum is that you have to have a 2-park ticket for Universal and Islands of Adventure and then plus Epic. So you can add 1-day Epic. You can have a 3-day ticket plus Epic, which is just 1 day, 4-day ticket plus Epic. So regardless of the length of your ticket, you only get 1 visit to Epic Universe. And then the rest of your days are in Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure. So they're looking to really spread out those crowds to make sure that folks are coming and doing their whole thing. Now, this is great for a family who's doing a full Universal trip because you're planning Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, Epic Universe. You're going to get it all in your long weekend or your week-long trip. I think it's tougher for people who just wanted to pop down to go to Epic Universe because that means, I mean, really the buy-in is you need to be an annual pass holder first and then get your Epic ticket. So, but it's still been incredibly popular. People are getting those tickets. They are booking the trips. They want to see it as soon as it opens. There are 3 new hotels that are opening with that as well. The interesting thing to me is that the new Helios Grand, which is the one that is right at the front of Epic Universe. So there's the hotel that's right in the park. It's the Helios Grand. It's a high level hotel. They consider it to be a signature level hotel. It does not include Unlimited Express. And the folks who are staying at the hotels that do include Unlimited Express, that's only for the legacy parks. It doesn't count Epic Universe. So we have yet to see what they will do for anything like VIP, Express. Epic Universe doesn't have any of that information out yet. So there's still a lot to be unveiled. So we'll see what that looks like as it gets closer. But yeah.
So more new, headed back to Disney, and
I think
along
Brent's
the
heading
lines
out.
of brand new
Oh, yeah.
hotels. Sorry, that was a bad interjection.
Oh yeah, no, Brent, you have to head out, right?
I do. I have to head out. So this was great. If we're gonna go live again, if anybody wants to see me anywhere specific, you can throw that out there. If we're gonna be talking about the hotels, or when we talk about Epic and the new hotels, I can go over there and we can get a little bit that way. So
Yeah,
we're-
Ben's like, where in the world is Brent?
Yeah.
That's what
Bren,
we're
that's what I was
looking
thinking.
for.
Like,
Yeah.
where is Bren today?
where am I gonna
Yes.
pop up? So yeah, if anybody wants to see anything specific, just let me know.
Cool,
Sounds
can't wait.
good. All right.
I
Thank
will see
you.
you guys next time.
Yep, see you in a
Sounds
All
moment.
good.
right, bye.
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 Oh, too funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there are more updates too at, at Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, as we briefly touched on, not briefly, as we touched on, the Treasure is coming, but then Disney Cruise Line has another ship that's coming already in
Right, yeah.
November. The maiden voyage, right, of the Disney Destiny is
Yeah.
in November. The Disney Destiny will have a heroes and villains theme.
So
I'm
excited.
booked in January 2026, so that's the soonest I could go, right before MLK, before my kids go back to school for their college classes, will be on the Destiny. I'm really excited for the Hercules musical that's coming to the Destiny. We didn't mention it yet, but the Treasure has a Moana musical. I think I'm gonna cry for like the whole hour. I hear that it's amazing. Yeah, so Disney is coming hot and fast with these new ships because everybody has really started to learn that they love cruising. Once upon a time, cruising was just for adults, and now it has become a family-friendly activity. And Disney knows that, they're an entertainment company first and do everything else based on the fact that they're an entertainment company. And so you're going to be entertained. The whole family is going to be entertained on a Disney cruise. So they're building ships with more IP based on what what you like, what everyone likes. And so we've got the adventure theme on the Treasure. The Wish is a castle at sea. Now with the Destiny coming, it will be a heroes and villains theme. So very
Yeah.
excited.
And I super appreciate that because, with three boys, we loved The Wish, but it was very beautiful and, like it it missed the mark for my boys. They loved the kids club and stuff, but they didn't appreciate like the beauty of it. So
Mhm.
although we don't have anything booked for the Treasure yet, I'm excited to get them on the Treasure or get them on the Destiny because those are going to be more masculine themes.
And I was gonna say, I think the
Yeah,
Wish has
yeah,
that feminine
yeah,
It does.
Yeah.
vibe to
It
it.
is very
Yeah.
Cinderella-ish.
Yeah.
Like it just screams princess. Like you walk into that grand hall and you're like you don't even need to see the Cinderella statue to be like, "Oh, this
right,
is a princess ship." So I
Right.
totally get what you're saying. Like being mom of two, right? Like even my oldest would be like, "Yeah, it's pretty, right? It's pretty."
right.
But I'm super excited about the heroes and villains, mostly one because I'm a huge Hercules fan, so I'm super excited about that new show. But I am also a big Marvel fan, so where I love Worlds of Marvel, that is on board the Wish and the Treasure. I am excited for meet and greets with those Marvel characters, which they have, some on the Marvel sailings. And when we were on board the Fantasy, we stumbled across Thor. Like he was just out for a wander, and my daughter and I came off the elevators, and he's standing right there. And so we had this super magical moment with him, which was just absolutely hilarious. But so I'm excited for that little bit more boyish side.
Yeah. I know we saw Spider-Man. I was like, Spider-Man on a princess ship on the Wish. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what do you know? But I love that they do that. I love that there are characters that you're not expecting that just sort of pop up
Mhm.
every once in a while. So that's a ton of fun. But yeah, I think all these ships are amazing. They do so much with them. And I love the Wish because they've got my number with that princess theme. I just walk in and I'm like, it's like the new Grand Floridian rooms with the Mary Poppins theme and the
Oh,
Yeah.
blue.
don't you had to bring that
I
up.
did.
Oh my gosh. So I'm the biggest Mary Poppins fan, and I finally got to stay in the rooms, and I think I could live there. Like when we were there in the end of
Summer.
September,
Yeah.
like I think that I cried actual tears going there. So
Could have stayed in those rooms like forever and been happy.
yes.
Like we had a monorail view, Jen and I did, and just seeing the monorail come by just like made me more happy. I was like, oh, there she goes, like or in our family, like with my youngest being special needs, when he was littler, we would be like work on his colors, right? As we would see a monorail, we'd be like, what color? So like even now he goes monorail orange or like whatever color, right?
So
And
fun.
so like it'd go by and I was thinking, oh, monorail green, right? You know, kind of thing. But those rooms are just gorgeous. Like I love Mary Poppins as well. Maybe not as much as Megan does, but it is a huge family favorite, and those rooms are just classically done, but I could have stayed there forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the blues and the pinks, they're just they're so pretty. Excuse
So
me.
good.
But then I also love the Moana rooms over at the
Mhm.
Polynesian. I mean, the Polynesian Moana rooms were done as of what, 2021, maybe early 2022. But now the new thing at the Polynesian is that there's a brand new tower that they've been working on for several years now. 22, maybe three years. I guess it went up pretty quickly for Disney. The new Poly Tower is really looks like a high-end hotel. It's a villa hotel, so it's only studio villas, one-bedroom villas, two-bedroom villas, and they've got two-bedroom penthouse villas as well. I'm booked to stay there in June just for a few nights. Finagled a few nights out of my kids for this summer where they will come with me on a trip. They're so busy that their schedules are crazy. But we'll stay at the new Island Tower at the Polynesian, and can't wait to see it. It's if you've seen any of the videos on YouTube, lots of YouTubers have videos. Mickey Blog has several videos that are out. The grand opening was less than a month ago. I want to say it was December 17th, but the murals all have a subtle Moana theme. A lot of the art was conceived of and created by Polynesian tattoo artists. So I thought that was fascinating because
So
when you
cool.
look at the art on the outside of the building, within the building, there's all this, traditional, like fine line Polynesian art. And so some of the decor is built to, subtly reference Moana. There's Grammatala, there's Tamatoa, but all, on a mural. And then a lot of it references all of the Polynesian islands with some of that art as well. So looks gorgeous. The studio villas have a queen bed and then a queen Murphy bed and a nice sized kitchenette. And so we're gonna all try to fit into a studio villa these days with grown women. We like to try to go with something a little bit bigger, but we're going in a studio villa just so we can see the tower. The new play area for
Oh,
kids at the
the
tower is
splash
Ooh.
zone. Oh my God.
Yes.
The splash zone. Like, I want to go to it.
I know, right? It's Moana on
So for those
the boat.
that haven't
So
seen it, it's got Moana on her boat, and I just want to go play in it. Like it just looks so cute. Like just like stepping into the movie. Like I feel like Disney does well, right? That feeling that you get when you step into their spaces. But I think that's another one that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm part of it, right? Like I'm part of the movie, I'm part of the scene, whatever. And I just think like how much fun, regardless of your age.
yeah.
I was gonna say for kids, but I was like, no, no, I'm just a kid at heart. Yeah, I was like, wait, I'm talking about me.
I know, and then they've got a new restaurant. Right now it's just a walk-up restaurant, the Wailulu Bar and Grill, and the food looks fantastic. So I really appreciate that they've been doing that. They have at Wilderness Lodge, if you're familiar with Wilderness Lodge, there's Geyser Point. Geyser Point is like an open air lounge area that they just have a walk-up wait list, or you just walk up and you are able to sit, have a meal, no reservations at all. That's the same thing right now with the Wailulu Bar and Grill. It's a walk-up experience where you don't have to make a reservation. You can have a nice, sit-down meal at Coronado Springs. It's the Three Bridges Bar and Grill is the same way. So I hope that Disney keeps doing this because it's nice. I feel like Disney has created such a sense of urgency around making dining reservations that everyone's making their reservations 60 days in advance. They feel like they have to do that. We know if you go regularly, especially during not the busiest time of the year, lots of people overbook, cancel at the last minute. I've never really have difficulty finding last minute reservations for a family of four, larger groups sometimes, but we usually go as a family of four, a couple of two. have no problem getting reservations, but sometimes it just stresses you out to have to think about reservations. So to have some of these places where it's just a walk-up wait list, I can have a nice table service meal, have a server and have a nice meal and don't have to worry about making dining reservations. I think that's worth its weight in gold right there. So,
Well, and that new restaurant also has an amazing theme park view. Like
yeah,
that whole side of the tower does of the Magic Kingdom and the other resorts around. But I do think that time of day it is definitely going to be busier because it has an amazing fireworks view. So we are actually staying at the Polynesian on the regular side in a theme park view, trying out their club level in 59 days before we get on the treasure. I'm super excited for that. So we are going to go over and try
by
Walulu,
Lulu.
Lulu, restaurant as well. I'm excited for that. I'm excited just to see all of it all done and check it out and go have my Moana moment.
Well, and then also this is just a reminder because I actually had a client reach out. This is a reminder to everyone that you can eat at these restaurants at resorts, even if you're not staying there. So, you can go check out these resorts. You can walk around and check out the Polynesian grounds and, everything new. Really, the only thing that you can't do, when you're not staying at a resort is, enter those pool areas. So, that's something to just remember that you're not locked into, you can go and see these things even if you're not staying there. So
That's a
Great
great
point.
point. Yeah, and I mean, I think one of the big rules is that for the most part, if you're driving, they won't let you just
right.
drive up
Yep.
and park. That's specifically for the folks who are staying there, but you can take the Disney transportation.
Yep.
And the rule is that in most cases, you're probably just transferring at one of the parks. So if you want to see the Riviera, head on over to Hollywood Studios, take the Skyliner over to the Riviera, have a great cup of coffee or my favorite quick service breakfast in the world, Primo Piatto.
Bingo card.
I mean, yeah, I will stay at Pop Century just so I could take the Skyliner over when I can't, when I'm not spending Riviera dollars.
Right.
So I can, pop on over to the Riviera and have some Primo Piatto breakfast or their veggie skewer at lunch and dinner is so good. Okay, I digress. But, yeah, I mean, there's just so much coming. There's always so much coming. And I think the thing to keep in mind is that there's always something to look forward to, but there's always so many great things to do right now. So, I mean, Disney and Universal are so good at giving us all of these things to anticipate that we want to plan for, that we forget about the fact that right now is an awesome time to be there. Any age, anything that's going on, any of the activities, you are going to be so busy that you're not going to know what to do with yourself. So, travel now and plan for later. In fact, Disney Cruise Line, Disney World, they entice you to do that because of the fact that with Disney World, they've got bounce back offers. That means that if you book your next trip within 7 days of checkout for certain dates, you can get probably the biggest discount you will get on a Disney resort room. Most of the time, we are not seeing discounts that are quite to that level. So your bounce back is the biggest savings that you're going to get. On a Disney ship, you can book a placeholder, which means that you pay a $250 deposit toward your next cruise. And as long as you sail within the next 24 months, so 2 years, you get 10% off. And there's some excluded. Christmas week is always, Christmas, New Year's week is always excluded. Sometimes some spring break weeks on some of the ships, but 10% off your next cruise as long as you go within 2 years. And if you don't use it, they give you your money back.
Right.
So
Yeah.
get the placeholder. I mean, I'm booked on a placeholder on the Treasure, and we saved a ton of money because we spent a ton of money. It's not inexpensive. One of the first sailings, not inexpensive, but as soon as it was released, we booked it on a placeholder, and we were able to to save 10%. So that's a lot of money. It's a really good deal. So travel now and later, and save on that next trip too.
And one thing before we wrap up too, we wanted to say we're so proud of Mickey Travels reaching diamond level
Yay.
again. So we're really proud to be part of an
exciting.
agency with Greg and Alyssa and our incredible teammates. And that's one of the perks you get when you work with one of us is that we have a huge network of experts. We obviously have Bren here, who's going to be in the parks way more than we've been able to, but we do all travel there. So we're really proud to be part of an elite group of agencies being recognized for all that we do. So really, really proud of that distinction as well. I was trying to think of some like diamond, like shit thing, but I don't know. A confetti thing or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
there's
it's easier
a
when you're
handful of
typing because we have
diamonds.
our own emoji. That's what we always say with the diamond. You know, but when you diamond's gotta shine, I don't know. We for sure don't want me singing, so that's neither
Right,
here.
right. No. Yeah.
Fun. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We know we haven't been around for a while, but we fully intend and we've made plans to be intentional about coming to you every couple of weeks. Tentatively, our next live is scheduled for 2 weeks
Tuesday the
Tuesday. What
21st.
date is that? Pardon me?
The 21st.
21st of January. So look for us on the 21st of January. Of course, if you're not already on our social channels, check out Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page, Facebook group, TikTok, Instagram. Look for us there. We will share all that information there as well. But again, thank you for watching. Be sure if you haven't already to like this video and all of our videos. Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It just means that you get more notifications for us. It helps our channel to be seen. And please let us know if there are topics that you would like to see us discuss. You can enter it in the comments. If you are ever joining us live, feel free to interact as well in the live chat. I always monitor that as well. And thanks again. Until next time, enjoy the journey.